safety, so I don't go shooting where your nigga be. I hear you dodging bullets trying to play me, and I'm left to deal with how you hate me. You got a whole lot of love, ain't trying to waste it. You got me running on.
Elephant Mayo, whatever that girl name is, just gonna have to face that version is better, like Jacquees say it. Hey y'all can see we back again for another Military Monday, and today we're gonna be talking about life as a CS, the true life of a CS in the military. Well, not in the military, but in the Navy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So for those who don't know, a CS is a culinary specialist. That is my rate in the Navy. I am a CS, culinary specialist, which basically means cook, janitor, maid. Yeah. So let's just get into the real tea of what is life like, what to expect as a CS in the United States Navy. So please expect long hours, like long hours. Like everybody, like when everybody told me like, oh, long hours, I was like, huh, okay, but like it's different. Like it's just different. Like engineers and CSs are probably the worst rates, the hardest working rates, because you're on the ship all day. So a typical shift for a CS is you start work at 4:30 in the morning and you're off around 1800, sometimes 1900. For those who don't know military time, that's basically you're working from 4:30 in the morning to 6-7 o'clock at night, period. Long shift, I know. And depending on your ship, it depends on how the shift works. Ooh, this itch, hold on, y'all. And depending on your ship and what y'all got going on, the shifts can be different. The typical CS schedule is a 5 to 2, which means that you would work 5 days on, have 2 days off. One week you'll be working 5 days straight and have 2 days off. Then the next week you'll have 2 days to work and then 5 days off. So it goes each week you're working 5, so it's like a 5 to 2. So either you're working 5 days a week or the next week you'll be working 2 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get it? Yeah. But it all depends on your ship. That's the typical schedule. That's what you're supposed to be working. But my ship, on the other hand, my old ship, we were working a 12 to 2, which means we would work 12 days straight and then have 2 days off. And that was it. It wasn't like, and then with that schedule, it's like you work 12 days straight, then you work 2 off. It's no, then next week you work 2 days, then you off 12 days. No, it's 12 and then 2, 12 and then 2. That's just how that is. So that was what my ship was on. Or CSs, they break it down and either you're in the morning shift or the night shift. You know, it kind of depends on your ship how they break it down, because those are long hours. So they try to switch it up and divide it and, you know, make it easier for everybody, because working from 4:30 to 6 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night every day is death. It's really death. So when you're underway, you're working every day. So it's like if you're in that galley, every day you're doing 4:30 to 1900, period. That's just every day underway. So the hours are really long, really tiring, and it's just like, whoo. But those are usually that's the schedule. But those are the galley working hours. And for those who are just becoming a CS or just going in, they're gonna put you in the galley. Like that's just, you're not going daily duty or maintenance or JOD. They're gonna put you in the galley because you're new. You need to learn how to cook. So expect to be working, you know, 14-hour shifts. Another thing about CSs is we don't get holidays off like everybody else. Like if the ship has, you know, a 3-day weekend, that doesn't include CSs. Because we're on our own schedule, we're on our own shift. So whatever the shift is for your ship, or whatever your ship decides, that's the shift you're on. So everybody else on the ship is working 5 days a week, off on weekends if they have duty or whatever. So if there's, you know, a 3-day weekend or a holiday, they're off like everyone else. CSs, we're not. We don't get Christmas off. We don't get Thanksgiving off. No holiday, because there's always going to be somebody on duty, which means there's always need to be food provided. So that kind of sucks, because everybody else is out or whatever, and you might have to work on Christmas because there's people who are still on duty and they still gotta get fed, so you have to be in the galley cooking for them so they have something to eat. So that sucks. Another thing with CSs is for us our lunch break, because we are working, your breaks, you don't really get like a lunch break like everybody else on the ship. Usually on the ship, lunch is from 11 to 12:30. So they get, you know, typically that's when lunch is for the whole entire ship. Everybody's eating. For a CS, your lunch break is from 10 o'clock to 10:30. So you have 30 minutes to get in the line, hopefully you're done with whatever you got to do, scarf down your food, and then while everybody else is eating, you're working. So you're either in the galley starting on dinner, or you're, you know, outside, you know, wiping down tables or restacking the fruit bar. Like, you don't get that break. So it kind of is like annoying because everybody else gets like damn near 2 hours to enjoy their food, really savor the flavor of whatever it is they're eating, while we have like 30 minutes, which is, once you get your food, by the time you sit down, you have like 20 minutes to eat your food, get you something to drink, regroup, get your thoughts together, soak in your skin, and that's it. So that's kind of like annoying as hell, because that's annoying. A perk about being a CS though is we are the plug. Like most rates on the ship, like if you're an engineer, you just know the engineers because you're working with the engineers, or if you're, you know, if you are IT and you're working with computers, you only dealing with, you know, your ITs, or if you're a corpsman, you're only in medical dealing with corpsmen. A CS, I have to see everybody. So everybody got to see me at some point. Even if you don't want to eat on the ship, you're going to have duty, which means you can't leave the ship. So you're going to have to come to me. You're going to have to come see me, period. So CSs, we have connections with everybody on the ship, which is helpful because if I want something done, or I need some help, or I need a call, or I need a signature for something, it's like, what you gonna do for me? Everybody know, like for a CS, I know where the good food at, and where the good meat at, and where the fresh cookies, and when the, you know, when the dinner rolls are fresh and hot. So people, you know, so people will come to the line and be like, you know, is there any fresh cookies? I can, yeah, but are you gonna give me my claws, sign my eSWAS book, like, help? So that's kind of a, people, you can network a lot with CSs. So everybody needs us at one point. So that's one thing that is helpful, because everybody gonna have to come see you, and everybody gonna need a favor, or especially underway, things get tough, and people need every rate on the ship needs a CS friend to help them and hook them up in the galley, because we have all the power. CSs, if we don't like you, please expect that we can't starve you, we have to feed you, but I don't have to give you the best food. I can give you one boiled egg and a half a piece of bacon for breakfast if I don't like you. And nobody gonna say nothing, because I did feed you. I gave you food. So what can you say? So that's why people gotta be nice to us, because if we're not nice to you, I've seen it numerous times on the ship. I know a couple homegirls, if they didn't like you, you will go hungry. You're not supposed to do that. So if a CS is starving you, they're not supposed to starve you, but they can manipulate your food, and so you might want to get on our good side. Because there was this one boy on my last ship, we didn't like him, and he was a vegetarian. So of course we can't starve you, we have to feed you, but we didn't like him. He was very rude, very disrespectful. So for 2 whole weeks, every time he came through the line, he can only get meat. And he used to get so mad, like, y'all know I'm a vegetarian, y'all know I can't eat meat. You better take this chicken or this little pulled pork and keep it pushing, bruh. You gonna eat meat today, because we ain't giving you nothing else around here. You ain't get no vegetables, bruh. Nah. So you might want to be on our good side. And we have connections all the way up to the captain, because the CO needs a cook. So somebody's up there giving the COs, like, everybody needs us. Chiefs, the officers. I used to be close with every chief on board, all the officers, because everybody needs some food. So I'm just, hey chief, you gonna sign my eSWAS? Okay, I'll give you 2 extra rolls if you sign my eSWAS book. So that's a good thing, because you the plug. Everybody needs you. Don't take advantage of it, y'all, but just know you need a CS on your side if you want to get through, especially if you're going underweight or going on deployment. Like, you might want to be put a little smile on your face when you're coming through the line. Another thing about CSs is because we eat the best. We have control of the food, so we get the good stuff. Because sometimes, you know, we be rushing and it's a lot going on. So we'll put someone out on the line that we know wasn't seasoned good. So as a CS, we have to follow a recipe card. So whatever the recipe card says, that's what we have to follow. But a lot of the times, the recipe card is just no seasoning, very dry, just no seasoning. So what we will do is, let's say we cook and bake chicken. We have to follow the recipe card. So we'll follow the recipe card, put that out to the line, give that to the rest of the ship. But we know it has no flavor. But we'll, you know, take, 10 pieces of chicken breast, season it up how we want to, put a little, put our little touch on it, and we have our own little stash in the back for CSs. So that's why most people want to be friends with us, because it's like, yeah, that's on the line, but it's some real baked chicken up in the back. So that's a good thing about being in CS, is because if you ask the CS, is the food bad on the ship, they're going to say, no, it's good, because I'm eating the good food. I'm eating, the good stuff. I'm eating, the cookies when they just come out the oven, the hot rolls when they just got done being baked. I'm eating the seasoned chicken. I'm eating the good stuff, the fresh fruit when it soon come in. We didn't ate all the mangoes, so y'all not about to get none. Like, we get first dibs on what comes in. So that's how that is. So a lot of the times, like when we get fruit and stuff, like I know on my last ship, them mangoes, the crew never saw the mangoes. Because we would only get like a small shipment of mangoes, and we would just, divide those through ourselves. So y'all, the ship didn't get no mangoes. So those are a few insiders on what it's like being a CS. So expect to be working long, hard hours. Like, you're not going to see the sun. Because when you come into work, the sun ain't out. When you leave work, the sun ain't out. So it's just, you kind of lose track of the days. But a good thing with that is you get to save a lot of money, because you don't get to go out and splurge and buy stuff because you're on the ship all day. And you don't spend your money on food because you're around food all day. So it is a lot of money saving when it comes to being a CS, because while everybody out having fun at the club, popping bottles, I got work. And if I don't got work, I'm tired. So I'm just not really spending no money like that. So that's a good thing too. Holidays are not for you, baby. Not for you. Everybody gotta eat. So, hey, you don't get breaks like everybody else. You don't, hey. But you the plug. You the plug. Everybody needs you. Everybody want to be nice. Everybody gonna, hey, bro, can you go in the galley and get me a... So, everybody gonna need you, which is gonna, it's a cool feeling knowing, y'all need me. and we eat the best. Like, I ain't going hungry. My baked potato was cooked all the way. I don't know about y'all. Y'all better get y'all's, because I got mine. So those are just some things about being a CS that, just to let everybody know, let everybody into our little world, our little things. Don't go sharing all the secrets and stuff, because y'all know I be on here spilling the real tea, the real gag about the military and what goes on and what doesn't go on. So don't be letting everybody know that I'm letting you know the secrets, or else I'm not gonna tell y'all nothing no more. So y'all better. But y'all already know what to do. Like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, share, because we gonna keep it popping.